and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you the 5 best tips to be making the most money as a beginner in UGC. Whether you're new to UGC or you've been doing it for a little while and you just want to make more money, these tips are for you because I especially know how hard it can be in the beginning of anything. It's just like starting a new job. Like the beginning is hard, especially when it's something that's very entrepreneurial. There's a lot to learn, there's a lot to know, there's a lot to do. I wish I found a video like this when I first started because there's so much information out there on how to make money and how to be the most successful. So I just wanted to tell you guys my 5 tips that I know would have helped me and I hope help you as well. And before we get into it, taking it back to when I first started, I was also working. I was working in retail. I was doing 8-hour shifts. I wasn't just at home and I had all the time in the world. I also was working. And within my first month, I closed $10,000 in deals. And I know that that's crazy to say, and I don't want to sound like one of those people that's just saying that and throwing that number out there. There was a lot of them. It was a lot of work and I got paid within like the 30-60 day mark. It wasn't all just 1 month. Flash forwarding to now I'm giving you the tips and tricks that I used when I first started so that way you can also make a shit ton of money in UGC. So now let's get into the 5 tips that I believe everybody should know when they're starting out, or if you are a creator and you just want to make more money. The first and one of the most important is apply to as many jobs as possible, even if they're low paying. Keywords: low paying. It is okay to accept low paying deals in the beginning. It is 1000% okay, and I'm talking low. I was taking $50 to $75 deals when I first started, and I was working a lot. I was working overtime. I was making a lot of videos for a little pay, but there is a positive to this. Say you land a deal for $75, right? Say you land 5 deals for $75 for 1 video each. That is $375 for 5 videos. Now, I know that might not seem like a lot, especially when you see how much other creators are making and what they're charging, but how much would you be making at your job in 1 day? I looked at it as how much would I be making at my retail job in 1 day, and for 5 videos, I would rather make 5 videos than go to work. You see what I'm saying? And taking these low paying deals and applying for these low paying deals is really important because you're building your portfolio and you're also getting more experience and you're working with brands. You're getting free product, you're making videos, you're letting them use them as ads, and you're getting paid. Now, when it comes to applying for these jobs, the 3 websites that I recommend is Upwork, Indeed, and Twitter. Those 3 are gonna be the main ones where you can land the most deals. And starting with Upwork, if you've ever been on Upwork, you will see like $30 paying deals, $50 paying deals, very low paying deals. But trust me when I tell you, there are good paying deals on there. Just apply to as many as possible, land as many as possible. You'll be able to start charging a lot more for your work, especially when you have a larger portfolio, you have the experience, and you know more of what you're talking about. The next website is Indeed. I actually landed one of my retainer clients on there for $1,250 a month, just Monday through Friday, 2 hours a day of me commenting and liking people's posts. That was all that I had to do, and it was a guaranteed monthly job, and I found that right on Indeed. So there's like social media management jobs on there, there's UGC jobs on there, you can find influencing jobs on there. There's so many jobs on Indeed, and don't just look in your city or state or anything like that. Look everywhere because remote jobs are everywhere, not just where you're living. I was personally working with someone on the East Coast and I'm on the West Coast, so really like your options are unlimited when it comes to remote jobs. Now Twitter, I say Twitter because there are a lot of people that post on Twitter that they're looking for UGC creators or they're looking for people to make content for them. And also not just applying for those jobs, but also posting on Twitter will gain you some inbounds, which we will get into later. Now I know people say you shouldn't be taking low paying deals and you shouldn't be taking less than what you're worth, and I 1000% stand by that. But in the beginning of any job, you start at entry level. Entry level could be minimum wage, it could be a little bit more than minimum wage, it can be very low paying, and this is the same idea. So social media, UGC, it's the same idea. You start at the bottom of the totem pole and then you work your way up the more you keep working at it, and that's why I feel like it's so important to accept lower paying deals. Then you're gaining that experience to put onto your portfolio. Also, even if it's a brand that you don't necessarily like or you would never actually buy the product yourself, it is okay. Okay, they are paying you to create an advertisement for them. Take this as a business. I've always looked at UGC as a business, and if I personally wouldn't buy the product, I would still promote it for them. I would still make videos for them because at the end of the day, this is a business. This isn't something that I am getting the product and promoting it to my audience that trusts me. This is just me promoting a product because a brand is paying me to do it. Take as many opportunities as you can, land as many deals as possible, no matter the price, and you'll be able to make more money in the beginning and also just throughout your whole entire UGC business. The second tip is build build your portfolio so you can land more retainer clients. Now, what I mean by this, when you land a retainer client, you're basically getting paid more to work less. So instead of just working with a one-off brand, making them 1 or 2 videos and never talking to them again, having a retainer client is basically an ongoing monthly partnership with a brand that you're creating X amount of videos for X amount of dollars a month. Building your portfolio so you can land these clients is taking those lower paying deals and also creating ads as if you're working with a brand. So make videos, make organic videos, make ad-like videos with products that you already have in your house and add them to your portfolio as if you're already working with that brand, so that way it looks like you have more experience under your belt. So taking the lower paying deals also pays off in the end, because say you do take a lower paying deal from a brand and then they want to work with you on more of a retainer, a monthly deal, because they love the video that you created for them. Now you have a secure amount of money that you're going to be making every month just from a low paying deal that you've had. This actually happened to me. So one of the brands that I was working with, I did 5 videos for $100 each, and there was a bunch of other creators that actually did the same thing, and they were going to see which creator they wanted to work with. So after I sent them those videos, they ended up loving it, and then they offered me $3,000 for 30 videos a month, which is basically just 1 video a day, and it was organic, and I was making $3,000 a month just to do a video a day for this brand. And that all came from a $100 per video deal that ended up turning into a $3,000 retainer client. So like, taking those lower paying deals, taking something that's a little bit low, you might end up having a long-term relationship with that client, and now you have a secure amount of money that you're getting paid every single month. My third tip is being active in the Twitter community. This is so beyond important. This is how I landed all of my deals when I first started. This is literally how I got my name out there. This is how I landed all my clients. This is how I got my inbounds. This is how I reached out to people. Like, Twitter was my space. I know you might be thinking, what should I even be posting on Twitter? Post everything. Post what you're working on. Post the videos you've created. Comment to other creators. Just make yourself look active. That way, if brands are looking for UGC creators, they can easily see that you're active, and then they can send you an inbound and reach out to you. Now, you should have a portfolio on your Twitter, and you should have your email in your bio. That way, brands can obviously reach out to you and send you an inbound, and not just through Twitter messages. But it is so important to be active on Twitter. I literally see people still posting to this day saying that they are landing clients just strictly through Twitter. Get active on Twitter. My fourth tip is when it comes to rates. Do not charge extra for add-ons, and do not overcharge your rate for your first few clients. Hands down, your first few clients, you should be charging them hardly anything. I would say around $75 to $150, and offering free add-ons. Like, the free add-ons is something that all of my clients loved in the beginning. I would offer an additional hook, or I would offer in usage rights just included in the price. When you're giving your rates, especially in the beginning, offer something for free and say that it's included in your rate. So say a client reaches out to you and they ask you how much it's going to be to make 1 UGC video for them. You can say it's going to be $150, and you are including usage rights and also a hook. Right there, they're going to say yes, because a lot of people charge extra for a hook and people charge extra for usage rights. There's a lot of people that do UGC. There's a lot of people that these brands are reaching out to, and you need to make yourself stand out, even if it means doing a little bit more work for a little bit less money. In the beginning, when you're first starting out, you really should not be charging $250, $300 just because you're new to the space. You don't know how to make a really great video. You don't know how to make really good ads. You don't have a portfolio to show proof that you have analytics and you've worked with all these brands. Like, you don't have that in the beginning. So charging less is okay. It's okay. You're not devaluing yourself. You're not making yourself look stupid. You are simply getting the experience for a little bit less pay than most creators. Now, my last tip, which I feel like is super important and something that a lot of people aren't talking about, is TikTok Shop. Scroll through TikTok Shop and find sellers that work with creators already and pitch UGC to them. You can just scroll through TikTok Shop and see a lot of sellers on there in their storefronts and see that they're working with all these creators, and pitch your services as a UGC creator and tell them the benefits of it. This is key, because if you're reaching out to brands that are already working with creators, the odds of them saying yes to you are a lot higher than brands that you're just reaching out to because you want to work with them. Honestly, a lot of them will probably get back to you and say they'll do like a gifted partnership. Negotiate with them. Pitching can be really hard in the beginning, so finding brands that are already just working with creators is honestly ideal, because the odds of them saying yes are just a lot higher than you just pitching to random brands who already get so many emails from creators asking to work with them. So to wrap up all the tips that I talked about today, you want to apply to as many jobs as possible, even if they're low paying, on websites like Indeed, Upwork, and Twitter. Also, build your portfolio with low paying deals, or deals that you didn't even land, but products that you already have in your house. Do not sleep on Twitter. You must make sure you're active on Twitter, posting what you're doing, posting your deals, posting your ads. Being active in the Twitter community will land you those inbounds. You want to make sure you're offering those free add-ons like usage rights and hooks, and pitch to brands on TikTok Shop. Those are my 5 tips to making the most money and landing the most clients as a beginner in UGC. If you've even made it this far in the video and you're still here, comment a little headphone emoji because then I'll know you're a real one. But if you do want to make money with UGC and you haven't really had that much success yet, let me know if this helped you. Let me know if there's anything that you haven't heard yet that I mentioned. Or if you have advice for other people, leave them down below. I'd love to see what you have to say and see what success you've had. So that is everything I have to say today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I appreciate you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.